Hey guys, it's Rhea here in my normal raw authentic self. Just got back from bikeifying it. I call it bikeify because I biked to the gym, then came back, and I figured I would do my GAIA'S guidance. You guys are going to see me kind of shifting in between cameras. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to record my live on my Facebook page, Temple of the Sun, and on YouTube simultaneously. So it's a little tricky here. But my message for today is to follow your energy, follow your excitement, follow your passion. Like I've made a commitment to myself because it helps to ground me, helps to connect me to my heart, the center of who I am, my true self through these cards, and to share that experience with others. And I'm trying to do it daily, but I can't be like set into a certain time, because you never know how you're going to feel. You never know what spirit is going to inspire for you in that moment. And so today I decided to take my little, do my little gym sesh, do my bike ride instead of my normal run. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been filled with some information that I wanted to share with you guys for the live video. So always follow your excitement and do what you feel. Don't let the mind get in the way and try to put you in a routine or put you into a have to. Like making yourself think, okay, I've got to do this live video. I got to do my post every day at 9 because, oh my goodness, it just puts constrictions on you. And then you might feel a little more stress. You might feel a little more anxiety. You might feel a little more overwhelmed when you think you need to stick to a certain routine. And that's not to say that some of us don't need some sort of format or outline to go by, because we do, but have some flexibility in that. So my message today, and I'll pull a guidance card in a minute, but my message for today was about how a lot of us on the spiritual path are extremely sensitive because we tend to be more empathic, and because of our sensitivity and empathy and clairsentience and that kind of thing, that is what makes us more connected to spirit. That's what makes us more connected to our heart, the energy where our feelings flow, the energy of feeling, because our God self and our true self resides in the heart. And sometimes as empaths or sensitives or spiritual light workers, we tend to be so in tune with our heart. And that's a beautiful thing. It's really, really beautiful. But sometimes like I can look at myself and say, holy crap, my tears and my crying is like part of my everyday language. It's like a word for me. It just comes out of me when I tune in and tap into that feeling. It can't help but flow, for better or worse. And it's usually just touching into the high frequencies of love and light, and then the tears just come. And that, on the flip side of that though, and feeling that love and tuning in and tapping into that highest frequency and vibration of the heart energy of God's self, of source speaking, the flip side is sometimes we can take it personally if it's not just a high frequency, but a lower frequency. Like we might take something personal that someone said or did to us, but it's not even to do with them. That little pain or that little hurt or that little trigger that they ignited, maybe it was tear, maybe it made you feel like, for me, it makes me feel like I want to go back into my shell and not expose myself whenever I feel any discord or inharmonious situation with someone. I get extremely sensitive and take it extremely personal. But it's not that other person's fault because I'm so sensitive, or we are so sensitive. It's just a trigger to something, a wound of the past, something, because we are so sensitive and feel energy so deeply and so openly. It just triggered something from our so-called past, a memory that we're holding on to that affected us and that we may have taken personally way back in childhood, that is just still there and it needs to be released. But just knowing it's nothing to do with the other person just reflected that experience to help us acknowledge we still might have that little wound, we still have that little openness that's sensitive and still that little child, that little boy or that little girl within that might have been hurt by someone. No doing of our own. We were just open and we were just expressing the trueness of our heart, but someone else might have took it wrong or said something wrong, and we took it personally because we feel things so deeply. And that is a beautiful thing in itself, just because the flip side, it makes us empathetic towards others' feelings. It makes us tune into the higher frequencies of spirit more fine-tunedly. And so I went to the gym and I was listening to my music and I was biking back and I took in the most beautiful aroma. I have to say it's one of my favorite aromas besides the sea, besides being by the ocean, and that is the smell of fresh cut grass. Some guy was mowing his lawn. And oh my God, if I didn't go for my run first, I wouldn't be sharing this, because to me it made so much sense. You know how the outside world is just a reflection of the energy that we are steeped in, that we are emitting, that we are vibrating at the moment? Well, the fresh green grass is green. It's green like our heart energy. And when it's cut, you're smelling that pure essence, the essence just coming out of that fresh cut. The internal part of the grass. It's almost like the soul of the grass, the essence of that grass is, the soul essence of the grass is just coming into the earth for us to take in. And that is what all our soul and our heart does whenever we just cry, or we're having a sensitive moment, or we might have taken something personally. All that is our soul essence of our heart releasing and feeling. So we in a lot of ways are like fresh cut grass, and we should not judge or criticize or feel badly when we just all of a sudden just start crying over the beauty of something that we see or feel, because our tears are like the essence of fresh cut grass. And I was going to do this video outside, but you know how computers are and screens, they don't do well in bright light. So I dragged my stuff back in here and to do it real quick. And I always do my stuff spontaneously and on the fly. So that was just something that really hit home to me. Is as empaths and sensitive and light workers and those on the spiritual path, we tend to be like fresh cut grass. We just can't help ourselves. We just can't help emitting our fragrance. And when we do when we do connect to those hurtful parts of us, just send it love, and know that it isn't even truth. It's an illusion that we judged in that moment due to someone else's judgment on us. It even wasn't to do with us. Our heart was innocent and open. And because we are so vulnerable as kids when we're open, or whenever it happened in life, it happened to us when we were in a vulnerable state, exposing our essence. And someone else's judgment due to their beliefs or how they were brought up or taught or whatever was kind of put on us. But not put on us as a victim, because we came into this life with a co-agreement with that person in order to experience and have our own growth because of that situation. We might have said, okay, we know we're all feeling, but we're going to let jabs and knives come at us every now and then to learn an even more expansive experience of our heart and what it's really about, and to experience those raw feelings, just taking your heart, putting it inside out and exposing that and seeing what it's like to get hurt, seeing what it's like to transcend it, transmute it. And not only that, to expand the love in the situation or the person that we might have initially felt that hurt or received that wound, because we only expand our essence and our heart even more when we can forgive the other person, when we can forgive ourselves for blaming ourselves, because there really is no blame. Everything is just experience. Everything is just for the expansion and realization of God within us. We are a ray of God experiencing himself through the human vehicle. And what a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I just wanted to share that. And I will pull a little heart card, little Mother Earth card. These are all cards, again, that I see when I'm outside. They're not always picture perfect, because I take them when I'm running, and my lens sometimes is snow, sweat, rain, mist, fog, sea spray. So like these hearts, we are perfect. They are perfect in their imperfection. They have weathered many, many storms and seen many different weather, just like our own hearts. We have weathered many different situations, many circumstances, many pains, many blessings. But really, the root of all of it is just light and love. And that's what these hearts represent. And because we are all connected through source energy, Mother Earth is a reflection of our love, and we work in symbiosis. And all these cards are just to take away the layers, or to tune in or focus into an energy that brings us into a more clearer, open connection with our very own heart energy. Our heart is the center of all. It's our center to all dimensions, all realities coexisting now. It is the center energy point of all our chakras. Our heart speaks to all parts of us. So these are just to bring us into an alignment. And as you know, our alignment is reflected through the beautiful gift of 3D physical manifestation. So I just ring my little bell, and it's just, you know, it's just a little sign of intent. And not only does it clear the cards, it also calls in our highest frequencies. It calls in our greatest fulfillment in our dreams. It brings it to us. And how do we achieve our greatest dreams, fulfillment, 3D manifestations? By tuning in and aligning to our heart, because that is where our true self resides. So I just ask for whoever is watching this video or this replay to bring forth the card that most resonates. And it doesn't have to be like today. It could be five so-called linear years from now. We're always drawn to the information that most that we need at the moment. And if you're not receiving anything, then just, you know, tune out. But these cards, they might seem general, but they speak to our very own energy. They speak to our very own heart, because we are all connected through love, and we are all connected through, you know, love and light. We're all reflections and aspects of one another. All right, card, let's go. What card for today? Beautiful day outside. All right, this kind of popped out, so I'm just going to go with this one. It kind of slid out, and what it is, it's a beautiful, you can see it, it's on the pavement, and there's an outline in the perfect form of a heart. This is all snow, so obviously I was running either in the spring or the summer. It's the side of the, not summer, late spring, or I mean early spring or winter, just a little dusting of snow, and I just saw it there, and I couldn't help but to take a picture of it. And it's perfect shape. Jeez and crow, it's just so funny how it just ended up like that, because this is it's snow. And in the image, it almost looks like there's a little person here trucking along with some sort of staff. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see this. Oh, everything's so backwards here. See the little staff here, a little stick? Up here is a little like nose. It's a profile, the smile, the chin, the head. Right down here, the legs, and they're just kind of stepping forward. Right here, this little image, and they're carrying like a little staff and moving forward and walking. I'm just trying to figure out what that could be representing. This almost looks like a little fire. Oh my goodness, I'm not used to doing this on the computer. A little fire here, almost like a little cutout of a flame. Almost like a little flame here. He's walking away from the flame. And it's almost, to me, what it represents is this guy is trucking forward with his staff, because it's got a slight color of gold in it, which represents, you know, the divine wisdom and knowledge and following your gut, the solar plexus chakra. So it's almost like he's gathered his passion from the flame here, this little flame, and he's walking forward with it. So to me, this tells me he might have gotten some enlightenment, he might have received some information, and he's walking, he's like, almost like he's been here, and now he's walking forward with his knowledge, with his wisdom, what he has to share, and he has his staff with him. And the staff almost looks like it's got something coming out of it too, like a flame. He is taking his own passion and his own wisdom and knowledge and stepping forward. And a lot of times the snow snow is a high frequency energy, and to me it represents innocence, connecting to that childlike quality, high frequencies. And he's stepping in that. He's walking in the snow. So it tells me also that he is walking forward, not only with the passion from the flame and his staff and walking forward, he's also walking and surrounding himself with a high frequency energy. And it almost looks like he's got this big heart on his back, but I don't want to say that it's a burden. So I'm going to read the message and we'll go further from there. And I can't help but to dismiss this little thing here too. So I'm going to read that title, a message of the card, and then interpret it a little bit further. All right. So it says, true reflection. Mirrors will reflect a more clear image of you as you release that which is not you. Take off your mask and costume. The physical world in which we live will expose a beauty beyond words. As you realize your true nature, the world will reflect love. Oh my God, this is so beautiful, and it goes so along with my message of like the fresh cut grass being a direct reflection and beauty of our own essence and what's in our own heart. And how the frequency that we operate in, because even though we're sensitive or empathic or, you know, feel things deeply, our world will reflect those deep feelings of love that we also feel. And that's what this little card is portraying. He is reflecting, he's not carrying this on his back, he is reflecting in his physical world that grand heart, that love. The heart, it's just, you know, it's the universal image, symbolic representation of love. So this is just showing me, because he's taking his fire, he's got a little staff here that is lit, walking forward. Let me just show you on this screen first. This little staff, and you see he's stepping forward, and this is his side profile, and he's got the flame coming from his staff, and he's stepping forward in the high frequencies, because he's connected to his passion, represented by the flame. This one you can see it really good on the computer. See, he's tapped into his passion, his flame. He's stepping forward with his staff, which is on fire. And his world is going to reflect, oh my goodness, it's going to reflect all that energy, and it's going to manifest in the 3D reality of that. So what a beautiful, beautiful message. So just keep walking forward in the essence of who you are, the heart of who you are. Let your vulnerability be exposed. There's so much to be gained. When you tune in and tap in and allow yourself to be vulnerable, you send that frequency out to the universe, which is just, you know, the higher you working and reflecting that back. It shows that you trust in yourself. You trust in your heart. You trust in the truest essence of who you are. So when you can tune into that and expose that, even in spite of the fear, move forward. Fear is okay. It's a human thing. It's a created illusion. But guess what? Even though you feel it, doesn't mean you have to act on it. You can still go beyond it using your free will. In your life, your physical 3D reality will reflect back that beautiful, beautiful love in whatever way, shape, or form your love resonates. Whatever your love, whatever you connect with in the physical world. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got a little something out of this. Love and light. And that video, I think I've ended it. I gotta figure out how to end this, guys. How do I end it on YouTube? Oh, holy cow. Is it still going? Oh, it's still going. And holy cow, guys. So everything is locked up. Click that button.